Alright, first YouTube stream. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Whatever. Just gonna play. It's gonna hurt my bank account.
Let's wait for him in front of the loom.
Okay. Automatically trigger blast counter when it. You're not gonna make Clara useless, are you? Ooh.
Intercepting sword technique. Intercepting sword technique.
Oh my god. You don't even have any shoes. You really are Clara.
Intercepting sword technique. Metal, let's go. Intercepting sword technique.
Deals minor physical damage. Restores units HP and deals minor physical damage to a single enemy. Okay. And does parry and taunts all enemies. When attacked during this period, triggers powerful counter and deals physical damage to the attack and okay. When the unit gets attacked by an enemy target, additionally regenerates energy. Immediately launches a counter.
Descend to
What?
Earth! We're in trouble now.
What just happened?
All the best.
Okay, Clara 2.0. Let's see.
Pulverizing sword strike.
Enemy attacks in the next turn. Okay.
I'll melt you all down.
Lower your weapon.
Nope. You lower your weapon.
To Earth.
Why the
It
feed
descends
shots?
With might. Eradicate.
Oh.
Naughty children, don't listen.
That looked like it did much more damage than it actually did.
You're in bad shape. Evil's begun. 1,000 wonders to raise your spirits. Good omens. Fight as one. I'll melt you all down. Through the clouds, it cleaves a path. Hell!
Now that did a bit more damage. Misandao. What?
Rock shattering slash.
Criminal.
Right on time. Ugh. Yes, you. Welcome, customers. Yeah, mountains fall.
Huh? Don't know where that came from.
Nap time. Yeah. Right on time.
Yep. That's definitely better, Clara. Now that's just slander. Ooh. March 7th, the Hunt's Eidolon. Imaginary... What? March 7th, Path of the Hunt can be unlocked after completing Traveling's Continuance. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to reduce the toughness of enemies whose weakness type is... Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read up on that. That's a lot of stuff, like usual. Finality's vision. This path is the antithesis of causality inverts, thus revealing things of future. Activating finality's vision will skip prerequisite missions, potentially affecting story and gameplay. Finality's vision only content needed for current. Oh. Oh. Okay, yeah. Gonna do that later then. But records. 19. Let's see, maybe I'll get lucky. Nope. Ooh. 2 4-stars. Okay. Anya, already done with Anya. And one more. Nope. More Hanya. Tomorrow, 14 hours, okay. Look for Yanqing, okay.
Hey, you
Why are
guys,
there Pepeshi
hold
here?
on a moment. Did they just call us? Look at their outfits. They're from Penacony, right? Are you familiar with the Xianzhou Lefu?
We know a little bit about it. What do you need?
We're from Penacony. Maybe you've heard of it. We came
Never
to
heard
this
of it.
ship to gather interesting materials for making dream bubbles.
Oh, we just left there. Huh, talk about coincidence.
That's great. Do you know any must-see attractions on the Luofu?
Exactly. We're Xianzhou experts.
I don't go that far, but
Most
sure.
of the tourists the moment are here to attend the war dance. And that's why we're here too.
Yeah, we know about that ceremony. But isn't the fighting ring still closed?
I've heard the ring was actually converted from a huge decommissioned Lafu fighter jet.
That's the wow.
The Radiant Feldspar is bigger, I guess.
But for now, all we can do is wait until the war dance starts in
My
a few
ship's
weeks
bigger.
before we can board it. We've still got work to do, so we can't just sit around waiting for it to start. That's why we're asking you about some must-see attractions.
Have you tried some mung bean soda?
We're looking for
I've heard
unique
it's
experiences
delicious.
that you won't find on Penacony. Our clients love these kinds of dream bubbles the most.
You're the expert here. Give them some suggestions.
Good idea. The everyday vibe of the Aurum Alley is a rare find on the planet of festivities.
Everyday vibe. Yeah, our clients have had their fair share of adrenaline-pumping dreamscapes. Maybe something down to earth would touch their hearts.
Thanks for the suggestion. We'll head to the Aurum Alley to gather materials. Maybe we'll run into each other there in a couple of days.
Or maybe not.
Look, Yanqing's here.
Really? Let's go catch up with him.
Why would you need to catch up? He's coming to us.
There you are! Everyone, this way! Hey everyone! It's been a while.
Well, it doesn't feel like it's been that long since we last saw you. But, Yanqing, are you?
What's up, Miss March?
They say kids grow up really fast. Yanqing, are you a little bit taller than before?
Not even slightly.
We've only been away for a few months.
No, I can't do that. No. Or maybe I will.
Really? The General is always worried I won't grow much taller. But I keep telling him not to worry about it. Sorry for the delay. With the upcoming war dance and the Starskiff Haven being so busy, things are a little hectic.
Seriously, I've never seen the Lafu so lively before.
I was a bit worried that holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis
Well, we
might be too soon.
Did come in a
but
time of a global
seeing the bustling
crisis last
Starskiff
time around.
Haven, I understand why General Jing Yuan chose this timing.
Yep. There's people from other delves and travelers like you three who have come from afar. With the war dance coming up, there's a huge number of visitors pouring into the Starskiff Haven. The Cloud Knights are working hard to keep the security tight. The General said this ceremony would help the Xianzhou Lafu recover from the crisis. It's a way to showcase our martial spirit, reassure people, boost morale, and attract visitors from other planets to promote trade and peace. By the way, the Xianzhou Alliance places great importance on this ceremony too. The Xianzhou ships, the Zhuming and the Yaoqing, have both sent messengers to offer their blessings.
What about the other ones?
Yeah, the Xianzhou Yaoqing is a major force in hunting down abominations, and is always engaged in conflicts across the cosmos. Although it's a member of the Xianzhou Alliance, I don't know much about it. But Madame Yukong from the Skyfaring Commission mentioned that the Yaoqing always sends back reports of great victories, which is quite impressive.
Probably not sending reports of great losses.
I heard General Fei Xiao of the Yaoqing is a young and
Ah,
dauntless
the
lady.
Merlin's Claw,
Huh. My peers say that she's like a goddess of war,
I think.
capable of crushing dozens of abominations with a single punch. Huh. I wonder if it's true. If only I could witness her prowess with my own eyes.
By the way, Yanqing, where are we headed next?
I'm sorry for talking your ear off. The General wants to catch up with you at the Palace of Astrum. He's been eager to hear about how the Express has been doing.
I don't know. Been asleep for a few
It's
months.
funny how he tries to act all mature, but whenever it comes to something he's interested in, you can really see his childish side.
He's
I agree.
All units, assemble
Rawr.
quickly! Get ready to protect the crowd!
I just mentioned security, and now all of a sudden something's gone wrong. Excuse me, I need to go check out the situation.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
We'll go with you.
oh god, the furries are attacking.
Protect the civilians. I'll deal with him.
When blood. Wait, what? Enemies with this mark can enter the moon rage. Oh my god, they're actual werewolves. After enemies use attacks, apply 1 stack of bloodlust to enemy units that can trigger me. Huh. Bloodlust reaches a certain number of stacks, the unit enters the moon rage state. At the same time, a moon rage countdown appears on the action order. When the countdown's turn begins, moon rage is dispelled. Okay, so what does moon rage do?
Borison? Why are there Borison here?
Honestly.
This ends now.
Until everything burns to ashes! Set the seas ablaze! Stay away. Eternal.
That's all you got?
Fight to live!
And the Borison soon, with crushing loss, were met.
Not good.
How?
Thanks for the help.
Sorry, no time to chat. Could you give me back my...
Yoink. Just fucking robbed him.
Wait, my sword! Let's just get down to business first.
To defeat
I'm
the
sorry,
Borison.
but I'm afraid we'll have to put our plans on hold for now. I need to find out what's going on.
While we appreciate your rescue, my Cienjo friends, don't you think it's a bit too much to detain us and our cargo?
Sorry, but we've been ordered to detain you and your cargo for inspection until we figure out the source of the attack. Once we're done with the formalities, we'll let you and your cargo go.
Oh, but this shipment isn't even meant for the Luofu. And it's IPC's patented technology. Who do you think you are to conduct an inspection?
According to the protocol, all cargo arriving on the Luofu must go through inspection.
Oh, but we didn't officially enter your dock at all. We just sought refuge in your dock because we were attacked by the Borisons.
Looks like this argument could go on forever. Let's not get involved in a heated dispute that won't lead to a resolution.
How dare you detain our ship? Who do you think you are?
Just let him look into the fucking boxes. Then you can leave.
Your brain feels brand new. Celestial Jade.
Who's in charge here? I need some answers.
Who are you?
It's my fault. We let our guard down for a moment.
Oh.
I take full responsibility.
Oh. That accent.
With the war dance approaching, safety should be a top priority. Now, tell me, how did Borisin prisoners end up in Starskiff Haven? According to the protocol, Borisin prisoners should be held on a starskiff and taken directly to the shackling prison under strict supervision without ever touching the ground. Who allowed a prisoner transport ship to dock at the passenger terminal?
Please don't blame this captain. This incident involves the Zhu Ming's diplomatic vessel.
I do not like your voice.
Who are you?
Can you just like swap voice actors, please?
I'm Liu Jun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad. Thank you for your help, Lieutenant Yanqing. The situation unfolded rapidly and it shouldn't be held against the captain. Here's what happened. An IPC transport ship was attacked
I don't know,
by
shut
the
up,
Borisin
let the captain
just
talk.
before arriving, and the Zhu Ming's diplomatic vessel came to the rescue. They fought off the Borisin pirates and imprisoned them on their ship.
So, an IPC ship was attacked by the Borisin near the Luofu, and the Zhu Ming envoys saved them? Sounds complicated.
Honestly, it gives me a headache too. The Zhu Ming diplomatic
Like your
ship,
voice.
adhering to standard
What a
procedure,
coincidence.
docked at the passenger terminal to hand these criminals over to the Luofu. You know, with all the outsiders flooding onto the Luofu, the Starskiff lanes are under immense pressure. The Borisin desperados decided to put up a fight before the prisoner transport Starskiff could get there. And that's what you just witnessed.
We'll make sure these prisoners are sent to the shackling prison as soon as possible.
Oh, please keep talking.
See, it's an unusual situation indeed. I'll report it to the security department of the Realm Keeping Commission and ask for their cooperation in handling the aftermath. Maybe I should gather more details from others so that the Seat of Divine Foresight can have a better understanding of the situation.
Oh, you look much maturer now, Yanqing.
That's what being beaten by every single S-rank character in the story does to a man.
Please don't tease me, Miss March. The situation on the Xianzhou before the war dance is like a calm lake that can be disturbed by even the smallest pebble, capable of generating far-reaching ripples with even the slightest disturbance.
What are those people? I mean,
We just
those
had a slight disturbance.
monsters we just dealt with.
The kobolds.
Yeah, those werewolf monsters are known as Borisin. They are abominations of abundance, and we've been fighting them for a very long time. The Borisin have been a powerful force for a long time, plundering and enslaving many worlds. The threat they pose is just as terrible as the Swarm disaster.
Really?
The Alliance even had a fierce war with them 3 decades ago. And their presence has faded over the years. But who would have thought?
According to that officer, they attacked an IPC ship near the Shenzhou Luofu. Such a brazen attack seems quite unusual to me.
Yeah, that's what I find strange too. It seems like the IPC and the Borisin have some serious grudges.
Well, the
Well,
enemy of
enough
my
with the
enemy
chit-chat.
is
The General wants
also
me to
my
take you to
enemy.
the Palace of Astrum. I'd love to chit-chat a little longer, but there are some things that can't be left unchecked.
Is it a serious matter? Maybe you'll need our help in hunting down the Borisin?
Thank you, but it's no big deal. By the way, that young lady who just appeared, she took my sword. I'm thinking of filing a lost property report at the Realm Keeping Commission to see if I can get it back.
Don't you have like
I
100
doubt
swords?
she did it on purpose.
Nope, definitely on purpose. Just fucking took it and ran.
Perhaps she's around here somewhere. Shouldn't we take a look?
All right, let's not keep the General waiting.
Don't worry. There aren't many people out there with that kind of talent. It shouldn't be too hard to find her.
I don't know. Maybe she has a talent for hiding too.
sure are a lot of troublemakers around.
What? Okay, I can't help but notice the resemblance to a wolf. And, you know, Borazin, werewolves, you know? Don't be so sus. Also, you
Those guys
keep
are
talking.
terrifying.
We'll see to it that the...
Not you.
Well,
Can this guy be a playable character? I want more voice lines. Pillars of Estrom, okay.
Success and
Ooh,
failure.
Yukon.
It's been a long journey, Elder Huayan. Thank you for
Elder
your
Huayan.
presence.
Oh my god, he's tiny.
General, I brought our guests from the Express. Oh, I'm sorry for my bad timing. I didn't know you were meeting a guest, General.
And I didn't know you
Don't
were
worry,
friends
you're
with Papa
just in time.
Smurf.
It's been a while, my friends from the Astral Express.
So, I dreamed about you, Panic.
Oh. Well, it's an honor to be in your dreams, my friend.
Did I just get friend zoned?
Allow me to introduce you to General Huayan. He's the Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Zhuming, known as the Flaming Heart.
no need to be so formal. I'm just a tourist here, no different from
Why
other
did I
tourists
know
who
that he
come
would
to
sound
attend the
exactly like this?
Elder Huayan is not only one of the Arbiter Generals, but also the Furnace Master of the Artisanship Commission. Besides his martial skills, he excels in forging various weapons. Such talents are unique, even among the Arbiter Generals.
Be it Arbiter General or Furnace Master, these are merely titles given to me long ago. I've retired several times already, but with the current change in circumstances, the Marshal has called me back to duty, and I had no choice but to answer the call.
I think he just might be the oldest looking long-life species I've ever seen in this game.
Well, in the end, I'm to blame. Living such a long life naturally brings its share of disapproval.
It's an honor to meet you, General Huayan.
Jinxed.
It's my honor to meet you, General Huayan.
Hi, how's it going?
No need to be all formal. Today I'm just a guest on the Luofu, the same as all of you. So, these three are the ones you mentioned, Jingyuin? The heroes who helped you with the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Indeed. There's Dan Heng, March 7th, and her. Without their help, I'm afraid the Luofu might not have easily overcome this crisis.
So, the Imbibitor Lune's reincarnation has returned to the Luofu and will attend the war dance. I'd love to have a drink with you should the chance present itself.
You're more than welcome, General Huayan.
And this young friend is?
Yanqing, my apprentice. He remains by my side as my retainer due to his youth, which I hope will season him with experience. He will stand for the Luofu's Cloud Knights in the upcoming war dance, ready to take on all kinds of challenges.
Great, great! It's a real treat to see so many talented young people around here today.
I don't know if I'm talented. I just have a space cancer.
Oh, I almost forgot. This is my apprentice, Yun Li.
Oh.
It's you!
it's you. Hello.
Oh, you two already know each other? Guess we don't need any introductions then.
What a coincidence! I was afraid I'd have trouble finding this girl.
Oh? Now you've piqued my curiosity. Tell me, how did you two become acquainted?
Daylight robbery.
She helped me capture the escaped Borison prisoners at the Starskiff Haven. Allow me to express my gratitude for you. But when you left, you took my flying sword with you.
Your flying sword? Oh, so that's why I found a dagger in my bag. Turns out it's yours.
Oh, she's a sassy gremlin.
Yes, it is. Now that we've met again, I hope...
Nope, that won't do.
Won't do?
You want your sword back, right? Well, you can't just take it back. On the Juming, when you lose your sword on the battlefield, you have to reclaim it on the battlefield.
I know that voice actress. Is that Navia? Navia VA. Brenna Larson. Yun Lee VA. English. Brenna Larson. Huh.
As for this little sword, it was supposed to strike
Yeah,
an
okay,
escaped
now I can't
Borison
unhear it.
prisoner. But unfortunately, its owner's agitated state caused it to fly off like a kite with a broken string, and it missed its target. By the way, if I hadn't caught it and helped it hit its mark, that Borison prisoner would have gotten away.
Hold on a sec, Yun Li. You took my sword without even asking, and now you're refusing to give it back?
So much for Luofu's swordmasters.
What did you just say?
If you just stepped up and took your sword back from me fair and square, I would have totally respected you. But nope, you tried to play it down, expecting me to just hand it back to you like it's nothing. In front of everyone. With all due respect, you don't honor your sword. So you don't deserve it.
Hasn't anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with swords, fine. Let's have a one-on-one duel right now.
Oh no. He's gonna get
Yang
bonked
Sheng.
again.
Well, that's more like it. Just be careful. Because I'm not as easy to handle as the Borison.
You two, be quiet and apologize to Yanqing.
Hey! Whose side are you on, Grandpa?
I don't take sides.
It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Zhu Ming's incredible swordplay and craftsmanship, most notably the legendary Flame Wheel Octet. Seeing Miss Yun Li, who is among those ranks today, well, I must say she definitely has that fiery edge.
Such grandiose names. Some folks love to spin these fancy titles, trying to set the Cloud Knights apart. Yun Li is still just a young girl, a bit awkward and hot-tempered. So please
And in need
forgive
of a
her
pair of
if
shoes.
she's being rude.
Well, everyone, Elder Huayan and I have some business to discuss. For now, Yanqing, why don't you entertain our guests and take Miss Yun Li to the inn? I'll find another chance to talk with you all. I'd like to express my gratitude to the Astral Express for helping the Luofu during the crisis.
That's so kind of you. I mean, you've already thanked us so many times.
Please forgive me for coming at an inconvenient time.
You needn't apologize, General Huayan.
All right, Yun Li. Take this opportunity to clear things up with Yanqing.
Yeah. It's better to make friends than enemies. But I won't be heading to the inn just yet. I want to visit Lingsha. She just arrived in the Luofu and could use some help settling in.
Yanqing, once you've helped our guests get settled, go to the Artisanship Commission for me. I've heard about the attack and the detainment of the IPC ship. Qingzu sent word that the IPC members are protesting and wish to have their cargo back. See if you can calm them down. Don't get aggressive. Just make it clear that the Xianzhou Luofu has no intention of violating their rights.
I'm on it.
Okay, but where's Yukong? I wanted to meet Yukong again.
This trip is totally worth it. Compared to the Zhuming, the Luofu is so much livelier. But it's a shame the Luofu swordmasters don't seem that great. Glad to meet you too. Are you here to participate in the war dance?
I'm here to find out what the fuck it even is. But yeah, maybe.
Of course. To honor martial arts, the Cloud Knight's Ring is always open to outsiders. If you can defeat the ringmaster selected by the Xianzhou, you'll not only win rewards and prizes, but also be making a name for yourself. Sounds tempting, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe then people will actually learn my name instead of just calling me her all the time.
That's how outsiders refer to my peers in the Zhuming Cloud Knights and the Artisanship Commission. We all train under Grandpa's guidance, learning the art of craftsmanship and swordplay. That's how we got that title, I guess. Just don't mention it in front of Grandpa. He always says that empty titles bring pointless challenges and conflicts. We Zhuming swordmasters pride ourselves on the success of the group over the individual.
Are you sure about that?
I have some things to do. Besides,
You seem
little
way
Yan
too smart
Qing
for
doesn't
that.
seem to. Yeah, you're right. I took it with my skills. So I guess you can say I'm a robber or something. How dare he imply I'm a thief? Totally different.
Fair point.
Besides, the sword seems scared of its own master. I'd like to ask him.
The
You
what?
claim to cherish your sword as your life, yet you don't even recognize the state it's in right now? I didn't intend to keep his sword. I was planning to take this chance to return it to him. But now, I've changed my mind. I'll give that poor flying sword some proper maintenance. I won't consider returning the sword unless he learns how to say please, hello, thank you, and sorry. So he can forget about it for now.
Oh boy. This is gonna be
This is the report Qingzu
bit of
just
trouble.
sent me. Let me take a look. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the general has given me a tough challenge. He wants me to try and help put the IPC's mind at ease.
I don't think any IPC mind has been at ease since I don't know.
Well, it's not
Since they
exactly
traded
a
those fucking
test.
berries for
As
wood
Cloud Knight officers, we not only learn the art of war and
and
martial
figured out
arts,
they could cheat
but
people.
also occasionally have to handle diplomatic disputes. It's just, you know, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. This is especially true when you're up against the IPC, with their non-stop corporate babble.
True.
Well, let's not worry about that for now. Shall I take you to the inn?
Certainly sounds better than a hotel. Can't say I've made much,
It is the Luofu's honor to have you in attendance at the war dance.
I thought we already had this
Yes.
discussion.
The fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Zhu Ming and the Yao Qing implies intentions beyond mere spectating. Might there be any specific instructions from the Marshal?
You're overthinking it, Jinyuan. As I said, I'm here to broaden my granddaughter's horizons. I have no ulterior motives.
Yeah, but are you acting at the behest of someone else with ulterior motives?
However, I have no clue what the Yaoqing Arbiter General has in mind. Do you
Yeah,
remember
okay.
when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical one. You'll need to lead and manage everything on the Xianzhou. The title of Arbiter General holds a weight far greater than its literal meaning. So many years have passed, and you've done well. However, longevity for the Xianzhou people can be a curse. Living too long means that every mistake you made will lurk in the shadows. And one day, they'll eventually catch up to you.
Is this about Jingliu? And
The Marshal
Borcha?
knows everything that has happened on the Lawfu. As for the Merlin's Claw of the Yaoqing, she has come specifically for you.
Ooh.
Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet? They say the Merlin's Claw strikes like lightning. Being late isn't her style.
That's not true, General Huayan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature.
Hello, Pink Lorcha.
As soon as she disembarked from the star
Okay,
skiff,
now you have.
she mentioned
Fontaines.
having something to attend to and simply disappeared.
Huh, you sound as edgy as you look.
You must be the messengers from the Xianzhou Yaoqing, I assume.
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of the Merlin's Claw. It's an honor to meet you in person, Arbiter Generals.
You are definitely a pair, aren't you?
Now this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message instead.
Almost like a messenger
What does she mean?
instead of a guest.
Tell me, what could be more important to her than coming here?
Master heard about a spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe she went there to enjoy it.
A spectacular view? Ha! Did you hear that, Jingyuan? This person is being sarcastic.
Please do not misunderstand me, General Huayan. I was simply stating the truth. Master thought it would be inappropriate to keep you waiting, so she sent us here. Once she's finished with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come and apologize to the both of you.
Wow, I hate you.
Drat. I forgot to ask Yun Li to return my sword. Unacceptable. Every sword is precious to me. If it weren't for the General's interference, I would have taught that shameless girl a lesson in swordplay.
Yeah, like you did with Blade. Or Jingliu. Or Kafka. Or Danhang. Anyway.
By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but the General seemed a little reserved. Could it be because of Elder Huayan's visit?
Reserved? Really?
Maybe I'm just overthinking things.
No, you're not. When I entered the Palace of Astrum, I realized that the messenger from the Xianzhou Zhuming was actually the Arbiter General himself. So, the messenger from the Xianzhou Yaoqing must be the Merlin's Claw herself, I presume.
That's right.
Well, that's what makes this entire thing so unusual.
What's so unusual about it? They simply received an invitation from Jing Yuan, just like the crew, right?
The war dance is just a small festival. And now we have 2 Arbiter Generals from other Xianzhou ships here. I'm afraid they're here for something more. Maybe they've come to hold Jingyuan accountable for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Hold hold him accountable? Come on, didn't the Lawfu fall victim to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and the Antimatter Legion? Why would they blame the victim?
Donshu's rebellion and Ventilia's scheming are merely one side of the story to the other Arbiter Generals of the Alliance.
I almost
Only
forgot
a
about
single
Donshu.
piece of incontrovertible evidence remains, creating an endless source of potential complications.
I wonder what happened to that blind girl.
The Ambrosial Arbor.
Yes. It's undeniable that the plague mark, which was subdued by the Xianzhou Luofu, has resurfaced. But was it really a conspiracy instigated by the Antimatter Legion? Or does it indicate a traitorous intent from within the Luofu, implicating Jingyuan himself? Once the spark of suspicion is kindled, it proves hard to extinguish. The General must have had that in mind when he invited us to attend the war dance.
What was I thinking? Seriously, here I was looking forward to a carefree and enjoyable trip. But it seems wherever we go, drama is just around the corner.
Aw, I was so excited. I thought those Arbiter Generals were just here to see the ceremony. By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Zhuming diplomatic ship has arrived, and rumors say that she's to be the new Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu.
An alchemist from the Zhuming serving as the Cauldron Master on the Luofu? While it's not unheard of, the timing itself...
Thanks to your words, Mr. Dan Heng. Now I finally see the underlying tensions. The General is under tremendous pressure right now, but I was completely oblivious to his troubles. How naive of me.
Come on, don't think like that. Leave the adult matters to the adults. Even if you wanted to do something for the General, it's not like you can do anything.
Ow. Wow. Going right for his pride, huh? That stings.
Did I say something wrong? Again?
Miss March is right. I don't have the skills to share the General's burdens at the moment.
I mean, just get
Still,
good.
I'll do my best to follow his instructions. Let's go. Once I've taken you to your accommodations, I need to go to the Artisanship Commission to handle the IPC's protest.
He looks like he has a lot on his mind. We can't just let him go alone. Why don't we accompany you to the Artisanship Commission?
This is too much trouble. While I appreciate your kindness, dealing with the IPC's workers could be tricky. I'm afraid this will cause trouble for the Express.
I've been dealing with IPC workers for quite some time, so...
No worries. We're pretty experienced.
If they want to start trouble, they're more than welcome.
You've heard of the 10 Stone Hearts? We've dealt with quite a few of them, right?
Yeah. 3.
What's with you turning into a scaredy cat? I didn't see you worrying about lawsuits when you wrecked that giant mech.
Yeah, because a giant mech doesn't have lawyers.
Well, since you're willing to help, I won't decline your kindness. Let's head to the Artisanship Commission.
Also,
and meet
which
them.
giant mech? Thought one on Jarilo? Because that had nothing to do with the IPC. So many Foxians. Huh.
This place is so warm. It's like a giant
Huh.
furnace.
And now I remember Tingyun. Gotta keep that hopium alive.
Can I really reason with you Xianzhou people? I think I get it now.
Hey,
In your
Gongshu.
words, this is called looting a burning house, right?
But I am trying to reason with you here.
Nicole? What? Okay, you can wait, Gongshu. Did I just hear Nicole?
Toxic voice sounds familiar.
That toxic.
Haven't I heard it before in Auburn Alley?
Oh, you meant that one.
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with the Skyfaring Commission.
Wanna get on all
Handle your
fours and bark
unreasonable
again?
ways. But straight up snatching IPC cargo, isn't that going a bit too far?
Just as I've said it many times already. Once we've inspected the cargo and completed the security check, you can be on your way. Is there something wrong with your ears, or is it just your brain?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm thinking clear. And my answer is crystal clear. Not a chance. Keep detaining my cargo and I'll file a complaint directly with your general.
I mean, if you're detaining it anyway, just inspect it. Like, I just. Oh, yes,
You
please.
jerk. Who are you calling a dog? Wait. Why are you here? You're staying on the Cienjo, are you? What terrible luck. Wherever you go, disasters aren't far behind.
Yeah, disasters for you.
Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express? What brings you and Yanqing to the Artisanship Commission?
Okay, now you don't sound like Nicole anymore.
Trouble caused by the IPC? I'd say it's caused by the Skyfaring Commission.
Looks like you've met this IPC worker
Woof,
before.
woof, bark.
I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I was sent here to deal with the IPC protest, Miss Shikue. What's going on here?
As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin and rescued by the Juming's diplomatic ship. Then the Cloud Knights were instructed to bring it back to the dock for repairs and inspections. And this is Mr. Scott, the person in charge of this transport ship.
So, you're Scott. I've heard her mention you. Weren't you kicked off the Lafu before? Why did you come back?
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon as the ship entered the harbor, a bunch of Cloud Knights showed up and snatched all our cargo from the hold.
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you 1,000,000 times. It's a security check.
Then why did you bring the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious you're trying to steal the IPC's patented technology.
If it's patented, then
Listen
you
here.
shouldn't worry about it being stolen. Like, you
Skyfaring
have a
Commission
patent.
detected dangerous items that could possibly be weapons in your cargo hold. That's why they called me here, to double check. Secondly, where the heck did you get the idea that I'm a shady craftsman?
Even if there
Yeah,
are dangerous
you're the
items,
one wearing
what do they have to do
shades.
with you? It's not even being shipped to the Lafu. We'll just fix the ship and be on our way. We won't unload our cargo here.
But you'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again. How can we just leave unchecked items sitting here?
I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the cargo if it's just a security check, right?
In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discovered that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery, but also some substance that resembles biological tissue.
Biological
what?
tissue?
Where?
Does this crate contain living things?
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, according to our regulations, we need to unseal one of the crates for further examination. But this IPC specialist has been hindering us on the grounds of patent secrecy.
If you have a... if it's patented, wouldn't it be public? Like,
The Alliance's
how can you have a
regulations
patent on
biological
something
products
secret?
are very strict.
How would other people know
inspection, there is
that
no
it's
way for the
yours if
Skyfaring
it's
Commission
secret?
to
They could
arrest the
just
cargo.
build the same thing accidentally and you'd sue the shit out of them and whatever.
Oh, really? Fine. If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with. It doesn't matter if it's mechanical or biological. It's none of your business. I'm filing a complaint against the Skyfaring Commission's ridiculous regulations.
This Mr. Scott seems stubborn and difficult to persuade. Honestly, I really don't want to have a vicious confrontation with the IPC.
I'll go get the leash.
I heard how you helped Aramali. The IPC representative back then was Mr. Scott, right? Since you've dealt with him before, it looks like I'll have to rely on you again.
What are you guys whispering about over there? Just hurry up and give us back our cargo.
Should have taken a video back then and blackmailed him. Did I? Yeah, it's finished. Oh, this again. If your morale meter is higher than or equal to your opponent, is considered a successful negotiation of this. Okay. The negotiation process of either party. Huh. Negotiation choices will lead to different outcomes, which can either increase or decrease their morale as you make choices in negotiation progresses until the number of negotiation rounds drops to which point the negotiation ends.
As I recall, this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation. But he does seem to follow rules to some extent. Let's use that against him.
Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations too. According to Article 4 of the Xianzhou Alliance IPC Trade Consensus, the Alliance and IPC shall never infringe on each other's intellectual property rights.
Right, so you don't have to worry about them stealing your shit, even if they're looking at it.
The Alliance can sign a non-disclosure agreement with you. That way, you won't have to worry about any infringements, right?
We can sign a mutually acceptable non-disclosure agreement in accordance with the IPC's rules.
Well, that makes sense, but how can we trust you to honor the terms?
How can you trust me to not just pick you up by the scruff of your neck and throw you over the side of the... whatever.
Even if we set aside the secrecy of intellectual property, these prototypes built by the Intelligentsia Guild are incredibly valuable, beyond your wildest imagination. If anything goes wrong, you won't be able to pay for it even with your lives.
I've taken Herta's curios and even destroyed Runmay's experimental subjects.
Okay.
But have I ever paid a penny for them? And now you think you can just come and ask me for compensation?
Okay, what the fuck was
Listen
that?
up, brat. Don't think that your fancy connection to the Genius Society scares me. The IPC and those geniuses are working together. We're not taking
That
orders from them.
is not what I
Besides,
wanted to say at
cargo
all.
on this transport vessel belongs to the Intelligentsia Guild. If you want to inspect the cargo, shouldn't you at least call in a member of the Intelligentsia Guild to be present?
Oh yeah, we can call in Plasterhead.
I'm pretty tight with Dr. Ratio from the Intelligentsia Guild. Almost like family. Doesn't that make me practically a member of the Intelligentsia Guild too?
What's all this nonsense? Even if you were married to him, you still couldn't represent the Intelligentsia Guild. We both need to follow the regulations, because that's how the IPC and the Xianzhou operate, right? As an IPC worker, I have to abide by its regulations. If I make an exception and allow you to inspect the cargo, it'll spell disaster for me.
You know, I meant call him in, not just say his fucking name.
Everyone has their own set of rules. Now that you're on their turf, shouldn't you follow their rules too?
Yeah, I get it. I know I'm on the Xianzhou, but if I violate the IPC regulations, I'll be in deep trouble when I get back. Well, you guys sure know how to argue your case. Fine, I'll allow you to do the security inspection. It's just that, I need some time to sort things out. This is a big deal. Let me talk to headquarters first.
So, Mr. Scott, are you just stalling for time and planning to leave the Cianzhou as soon as your ship is repaired? To avoid the Skyfaring Commission's inspection?
Well, IPC staff are free to come and go, as long as they don't break any laws.
Yeah, you've got some insight there. Who are you again?
I mean, they are breaking laws, right?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Ling Sha, Cauldron Master
You
and
have
head of the Alchemy
scale
Commission on the
blacks?
Lawfu.
And arms?
Could she be?
Yeah, she's the new Cauldron Master assigned here from the Cianzhou Zhuming.
I received a report from the Artisanship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission. I had nothing better to do, so I came myself. It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? How can you say that?
Why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Well, since you're not going to check it, I'll take this crate and be on my way. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, sure. Why should I object? Not only this sample, but all the goods on the transport ship are yours to keep. Like I said, we won't inspect them.
Wait a minute!
Well, that's more like it. If only the young displayed a more reasonable attitude, we could have sidestepped that altercation just now. Our ship will leave in a few days once the engines are repaired.
Your ship can leave whenever you want, but I'm afraid I can't say the same for your cargo. According to the import and export regulations signed between the Cianzhou and IPC, all biological shipments can only leave the port when they have confirmed to be of no threat, or when all biological activity expires. Since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait for its biological activity to expire. Let me check the previous cases. Normally, it'll only take around 47 star calendar years.
Only 47 years?
Why so surprised? You're still young and full of energy. I'm pretty sure you'll live a few more decades. Have some confidence in yourself.
Ha! Typical of a long-life species. Your words are dripping with sarcasm. While you may not care about time, I do. I'll be demanding double compensation from the Skyfaring Commission for every minute wasted.
Yeah, okay, we'll double your zero compensation.
Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career and life will last long enough to witness this victory unfold.
Step aside, guys. Let them do the inspection.
But, Mr. Scott...
And now make him bark.
Come on, we're already in enough trouble. Just let them do the security inspection. And if needed, I can always grovel before the Intelligentsia Guild later. I'm just using my head for what it's apparently good for, right?
Thanks, bro.
Well, honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman. Bro, just do the inspection.
This lady is really something else.
Ow!
Is this the IPC product?
Listen up. Any damages caused by inspections will be filed with the IPC.
Turn it off!
Is that a Mecha Borussen? When an ally is inflicted with Terra Grip, attacking the caster of Terra Grip can dispel Terra Grip. Okay. Terra Grip ends if the caster of Terra Grip is not attacked to dispel Terra Grip, then an affected ally will fall into a terrified state.
Oh, how unexpected. That was a surprise.
Every petal
I mean,
will be swept away by
doesn't
the
look
wind.
that terrifying.
Everything burns to ashes! Set the sea ablaze!
Slice like a good brew. Full, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Ah, not enough to break him.
Attack detected.
Eternal.
I will claim victory for myself.
The mood is set. Just let the show begin.
Fight to live!
Ooh, so terrifying.
Seriously planning to leave this stuff unchecked at the dock for days? That's way too dangerous.
I had no idea about it. You must have accidentally triggered the cargo's defense program.
I don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise choice.
But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving. I swear on the Amber Lord.
Enough. Miss Shikwe, please escort our IPC guests to the Skyfaring Commission.
I'm on it. Please follow me, Mr. Scott.
Gentlemen, our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissues inside. Just like the craftsman feared. I can't even tell if it's ingenium or biological in nature.
The core of this device is what they call wetware.
Oh my
in
god.
industry
Why did
slang.
I call that? That's
To
disgusting.
put it simply, this machine operates with a kind of biological nerve as its control center.
I'll take some samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out where the biological tissue comes from.
Well, it's obviously Borisin.
Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology? Perhaps they're trying to create a new weapon?
Whatever the reason is, it's probably why the Borisin attacked the ship. No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the Ten Lords Commission and ask the judges to come and give their final verdict on this. According to our rules, all prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the Shackling prison for further sentencing. After all, it's the safest place on the Luofu. As for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain the situation to the judge. I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think they'd be this tricky. Thanks for your help, Miss Linksha.
I should thank you for saving my life. Your sword skills were impressive. Taking down that big guy. I thought the General's retainers were all burly martial masters. I didn't expect Yenching to be so...
Cute? Oh.
Can't argue with that. As for you, you must be the guests from the Astral Express, right? Saving the Luofu from that crisis. It's so impressive. It wasn't a big deal. Really.
I fought bigger robots.
It's still early.
Much,
So why don't we
much
get some
bigger
tea at
robots.
the Alchemy Commission? We can discuss your suggestions for revitalizing the commission.
I'd be happy to accept your invitation.
But...
And you three are coming too, right?
No, but? Okay. Are they experimenting on abundance abominations? Fucking disgusting. Well, I'm the new cargo. Ship me out. I don't want to be here anymore. Oh. Damn. Forgot about that. Didn't buy the last one. Ah, what a waste. Collect all possible endings. Oh dear. Master sword moves. Hey, I forgot about you. Kids today. I don't think age is creeping out to me. Or like interstellar cancer. What's this guy doing here? Where am I going? A member of the Stellaron Hunters and a swordsman who abandoned his body. God damn it. Hey, Sushang.
Hey! You're back! Why didn't you say anything in the group chat?
Right, the group chat
I'm on
exists.
duty. Let's catch up later.
Why am I just flirting with everyone?
Cut it out. I'm carrying out my sacred duty. Stop hanging around here and find something better to do. Once I'm done in a few days, call up Lil Quay and Wawa, and let's grab a meal at Aurum Alley. It's been ages since we hung out. Goodbye.
Lil Quee.
Everything I have is a genuine ingredient from Scale Gorge Waterscape. Would you like to have a look?
Why is Himiko turning British? Would you like to have a look? I don't know what I need this for, but since I'm here anyway, I'll just take everything you have. I love boosting the economy.
News is spreading fast.
Why do I just randomly hear familiar voices?
Is that guy working today? You know, big fella.
Why do you look so contrasted?
All these years.
Dressing in
The view of the
Vanta
Alchemy
black.
Commission hasn't
Careful not to get
changed a bit.
sued.
The tides come and go, but the ancient sea remains the same. For us Vidyadhara, there's nothing more nostalgic than our homeland.
You're a Lofu native, Miss Lingsha?
Yes. I grew up here, listening to the sound of waves while researching prescriptions with my mentors and peers at the Alchemy Commission. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Everything changes, but somehow remains familiar. Just like you, Dan Heng, I traveled far from home, and now I've returned. Seeing the familiar scenery brings back a hint of nostalgia.
The view here would be even better without the ambrosial arbor.
Rude.
Oh, really? I think that towering tree looks pretty impressive.
Even if it's impressive, it's a plague mark. The Xianzhou have been fighting abominations for thousands of years. And now that the ambrosial arbor has been reborn, it's only natural for everyone to feel uneasy.
Well, it's not a tree's fault.
Well, once a seed is planted, no matter how long it takes, it'll eventually sprout and bear fruit.
God, I wish. You haven't seen my garden.
In my humble opinion, the rebirth of the ambrosial arbor and the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were inevitable. The seed was already planted when the ancestors of the Xianzhou sought immortality. My bad. Well, since you went through the entire ambrosial arbor crisis firsthand, Dan Heng and Lieutenant Yan Qing, I'd like to discuss something with you.
What would you like to discuss, Miss Linksha?
I was lucky enough to be chosen by the Alliance to come in and clean up all the old grime in the Alchemy Commission. Honestly, the Alchemy Commission is riddled with problems and has reached a point where fixing it seems impossible. I'm looking to remedy this problem, but was wondering if you could provide any insights.
Set the seas ablaze and start again.
Well, even though I'm a Vidyadharan like you, I'm an outsider, just like my companions here. I can't really say much about a remedy, but I do have a piece of advice, Miss Lingsha. The Vidyadhara and the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu have always been intricately connected. If you cannot distance yourself from these ties, Miss Lingsha, changing the situation within the Alchemy Commission may be quite challenging.
I may not know about politics, but I do know that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have been operating within the Alchemy Commission for years. If you're determined to root them out, maybe you should discuss it with the General.
I see. Thank you for your valuable insights. While the Lux Arrow from the Rainbow possesses unparalleled power to sever the Ambrosial Arbor, it can't sever mortals' desire to prolong their existence. Just like how the Cloud Knights can eliminate the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but are unable to calm the hearts and minds of the people within the Alchemy Commission. Our Xianzhou forebears knew this well, and that's why they entrusted the duty of guarding the roots of the Arbor to the Vidyadhara. However, the Vidyadhara are still only mortal beings. 30 years ago, my mentor served as Alchemy Commission's Cauldron Master. She recognized the emerging undercurrents and sought to cleanse the source of the disturbance.
30 years ago, during the Borisin War.
Unfortunately, even though she was skilled in the art of healing, she didn't understand the human heart or how to eliminate the sickness lurking within the depths of the Alchemy Commission. In the end, she was framed and exiled to the Juming. I was also implicated and had to leave the Luofu. And guess who arbitrated the case and handed down the sentence? None other than General Jing Yuan himself.
What?
You heard it right. The ones responsible for the corruption in the Alchemy Commission are not just the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but even the Divine Foresight himself. Alas, why is your face turning pale, Yanqing? Don't worry about it. I understand that when someone holds a position of power, they may sometimes have to make tough decisions. I won't hold any personal grudges against him. Besides, at our age, holding personal grudges is a luxury we can't afford.
How old are you?
You're back! Ugh, I've been waiting ages for you. Yunli, why aren't you with your grandpa? What brings you to the Alchemy Commission? Well, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to Yanqing.
Oh, wow. Hello, how are you? I don't think we've met before.
What a small world. You stole
Considering
my
the
sword.
ship is supposed to be the size of an entire planet, yeah, pretty small.
I see. Let's skip the introduction part then. Why do I keep bumping into you? Are you stalking me or something?
You're always arriving second. You're the stalker.
Of course not. Unlike you, Miss Yunli, I have important things to take care of. You, on the other hand, seem to have all the time in the world to wander around without returning my sword.
Grandpa used to say that a sword reflects its master. I talked to your sword, and it told me that you've been distracted. You hesitate when you should strike, and you struggle to stay calm when your sword is unsheathed. Now that I see you again, I realize your sword was right. It wasn't me who took your sword. It was you who lost focus.
both of those things can be true at the same
You
time.
really expect me to believe that nonsense? I've been taking it easy on you because you're a guest from the Juming. But you're not taking the hint. Don't people from the Juming know you're supposed to return what you've borrowed?
Just look at this flying sword. Even if I gave it back to you now, it'd just be taken away again in a few hours. You know the Cloud Knight saying, a Cloud Knight must never let slip their weapon. Yes? Well, sure, I can give it back to you now, but on the battlefield, that's a whole different story. Poor flying sword.
Well, it is a flying sword. Wouldn't be much of a flying sword if he just gripped it all the time.
You don't have to give it back, because I'll take it back myself!
Between these two, who do you think is tougher? Don't get me wrong, I'm just curious.
Only 100%.
Get ready to separate them.
It is my first day at the Alchemy Commission. A brawl is definitely not how I imagined celebrating it. Well, since you don't approve, I won't draw my sword here.
How about rock, paper, scissors?
I didn't mean it in that way. Since you've already drawn your swords, you'd be disappointed if you didn't get to test one another, right? I've received reports that the delves near the Alchemy Commission are still infested with abominations. Seems like my predecessors left quite a mess. So, if you two want to determine who's better, why not focus on them instead of each other?
I mean, Yanqing has experience with that and already lost to Jingliu in that contest, so...
Clearing out some abominations? Sounds boring.
It's the Cloud Knight's duty to eliminate those abominations. You don't have to ask me twice, Miss Lingsha. I'll help you get rid of them.
Oh, you think you're the only one who knows how to behave? If Lingsha needs anything, I'll gladly draw my sword and help her out. It's so heartwarming to see both of you being so sweet and caring. So then, shall we get going? Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were eradicated, their experimental abominations have been festering here. If you want a contest, I'll be the referee. The one who kills the most abominations within an hour wins.
How are you gonna keep track of both of them?
Lingsha,
If they go in different ways?
as always, you're still an expert in making unpaid work sound so noble and grand. It's for your own good, little Yunli. While you desire to compete against each other, I don't want to see either of you getting hurt.
That's really thoughtful of you, Cauldron Master.
So, are you both ready? Ugh. Looks like my predecessors left quite a mess. Let me say it again. Be careful when you draw your
I
sword.
understood.
Can we...
Oh, what is this? Yeah, it takes action when use attacks to defeat the enemy first. Number of enemies defeated by entering enemies with right here.
Attack! Attack detected.
Existence is unity.
Like fireflies to a flame, until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
I didn't expect someone who can't even hold on to a sword to actually have some skill.
Rude.
Firefly Type 4, Impus accepts the seas of blaze! A one-time enemy. Ha! Descend to earth!
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
This is more than a battle. Fight to live!
Strike with heart!
Grace and elegance.
I will claim victory for my sex in the seas of blaze!
That's unfortunate.
Through clouds!
Joining the battle. Detonate.
Eternal. Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Blade and flight! Practice is over. Swords descend!
Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
There's more to life.
A one-time enemy!
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I win, Miss Yunli!
You got lucky.
Yeah, also it was 5 against 1, so
Why don't you
4
just give me
against
back
1.
my sword,
I didn't get my entire team.
sincerely apologize, and then go cry your eyes out to your grandpa.
Okay, now don't be a sore winner.
Consider yourself lucky that I'm not interested in your rusty sword, as I don't have the nasty habit of snatching other people's weapons.
All you did was chop down a few monsters. Don't get carried away with yourself. If you think you can just take this sword from my hand, go ahead and try.
Oh. Time to get clobbered again. Okay, who's going to step between them? Hey, Fei Shao, I take it.
my young friends.
You have no right to have such pretty eyes.
However,
That
both
should
of
be
you have
illegal.
shortcomings. One of you focuses on dodging and weaving, while the other relies on brute strength, trying to take down targets with a single strike.
Oh my god, look at that outfit.
Who are you? Me. I'm just a patient seeking medicine from the Alchemy Commission. A passerby, if you will.
So,
I thought I'd see my fill of impressive fights during the war dance. Yet here I am, able to witness a remarkable fight at the Alchemy Commission, of all places. Well, the Lawfu is never short of surprises. However, I have a small suggestion for you. Why don't you settle this dispute fair and square in the war dances ring? That way, you can resolve your differences with a proper duel and put your grudges behind you.
Grudges? No, not at all. Yunli and I, we were just sparring.
liar, liar, pants on fire.
Sparring? You summoned your flying swords and she swung her sword with full strength. No grudges between you. I don't believe it.
Aha! What brings you here, Lady Fei Shao? Have you finished your health consultation with the Dragon Lady?
Fei Shao? Grandpa always talks about you. Could it be that you're... the
Merlin's Claw of the Xianzhou Yaoqing?
You could not tell by the
Looks
fact
like
that
I'm quite
he
famous on the
stopped
Xianzhou
both of
Law
you
Fu,
fighting
too.
at full strength with, like, 4 fingers.
Of course,
In one move.
everyone has heard of the great general, known to all and unbeknown to none.
Great General. Isn't that title a bit too narcissistic? I don't like it. Ooh, I heard there's a dozing general on the law.
Dozing
I came
general.
up with a humble nickname for myself. The Lacking General. Lacking in worries, regrets, and rivals. Sounds much better, right?
Yeah, that's a befitting title that sounds both humble and impressive. Now that the sparring session is over, Yanqing and Yunli, shouldn't you politely thank General Fei Xiao for her guidance and bury the hatchet?
Here's your sword. Keep it safe. Or it might get taken away again. By the way, we haven't settled the score yet. I'll defeat you fair and square next time we fight.
This is how she apologizes? Now that I finally got my sword back, I should report to the seat of divine foresight. I'll take my leave, General Fei Xiao. Oh, by the way, Miss Linksha, if you've got some free time, I'd like to invite you to the seat of divine foresight for a chat with General Jingyuan. I think there's more to those personal grudges you mentioned earlier.
Thanks for stepping in, General Fei Xiao. Otherwise, I'd have had to knock them out with my incense.
Not at all. Just doing what you asked. How about we call it even as payment for the healer lady's consultation?
Sorry, but even a general needs to pay their bills. We don't do credit here. And let's not forget, you'd have been waiting decades for a chance to see the Dragon Lady if it weren't for me.
Even a general has to... Okay.
Well, you can always send the bill to the seat of divine foresight and say it's for mentoring those kids. After all, it was quite the effort splitting them up. I nearly had to get tough. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find a spot and get some fresh air.
How about a spot in my party?
Back already? You've met with Jing Yuan and wandered around for a few hours. So, what do you think?
It appears that the Divine Foresight is using this war dance as a show of strength to convince everyone that the Luofu is prospering after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis.
Well, duh.
But... I know you're going to say but, right?
Please don't say but.
But
But.
the influx of people attending the war dance is like a breeding ground for disorder and rumors. One wrong move, and the Luofu could be in a world of chaos.
The Cloud Knights on the streets remain vigilant, so at the very least, General Jing Yuan is aware of this. As for other matters, I'm unable to say.
I'd prefer to be excused from future meetings with generals. I'm just a military healer. And now all of a sudden I'm thrust onto the center stage having cordial chats with two generals?
My work doesn't lend itself to being in the limelight either.
Yeah, I can tell you fucking D&D rogue.
Just stop whining. At least you're in one piece, right? Before getting in touch with General Jing Yuan, I wanted to put aside my assumptions and see his momentum. That includes the overall bearing of the Cloud Knights on the street, what people are saying, and how those close to him behave.
The might of an army dwells not within its pawns, but within the force of its collective momentum. Recognizing this fact reveals the true measure of power. Thanks for enlightening me, General.
A perfectly clear statement turned confusing thanks to your translation. You've made me lose where I was now. Anyway, this is how I operate in battle, so you might as well get used to it.
Are you treating General Jingyuan as your enemy?
The longest-serving general of the Xianzhou Luofu.
Really?
You think he'd have only a few enemies?
Really? The longest. What about that old guy?
By the way, General, you met the healer lady,
It
yes?
sounded like he was already
Could
around.
you show
when-
me the medicine she
Whatever.
prescribed you?
Well, the healer lady couldn't do anything about my condition. She just told me to enjoy some tasty food.
Condition.
So not even the famed healer lady could help? Don't worry. I'll fulfill my promise and find a way to cure you. Actually, I've found some leads.
Well, life and death, Jiao Chou. It's all predetermined. Upon starting my military career, I made a pledge that the rest of my life would be dedicated to being the Xianzhou spearhead, hunting down the abominations of abundance till the end of my days. As long as I can fulfill that deep-seated desire, I don't care how long I live. You asked if I view General Jingyuan as my enemy. No. My real enemy has always been myself.
Enjoy some tasty food. So, what's for dinner tonight?
Jeez. You really know how to read the room, don't you?
You guys figure it out for yourselves. I'm due to catch up with an old war friend I've not seen for quite a long time.
Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Yaoqing, referred to as the...
Hey! Was that the Yaoqing general who just dropped in out of nowhere? Oh, she's so awesome! I mean, when Yun Li swung that massive sword, she just casually blocked her attack with ease.
Mine too.
Yeah. But to go up against Yun Li is quite impressive, you know? That aura of heroism and grace. It almost makes me want to learn Xianzhou swordplay.
Oh. Okay.
You think so too,
That
right?
explains a lot. Those moves were fabulous. It's like really, really good. Where have I heard that before? It sounds familiar.
I agree. General Fei Xiao is indeed impressive.
My chocolate bars are like
I was talking about Yen
halfway
Shing,
ready to be a
actually.
chocolate drink. I hate summer.
Thanks for the kind words, Miss March. The war dance is coming up, and I've been chosen to represent the Cloud Knights in the ceremony. I've had my fair share of defeats lately, and even though I know there are always more skilled sword masters out there, seeing General Fei Xiao's skills today has made me feel a bit uneasy again.
Don't underestimate yourself. After all, generals won't fight in the ring during the war dance. Just remember the state of mind you had when you single-handedly took on me and Blade, putting life and death aside. With that mindset, you can prevail against most challengers.
You mean when he single-handedly got beat up by both you and Blade?
I see. Thanks for the advice, Master Danheng. By the way, now that today's events are over, General Jingyuan wants to invite all of you to the Seat of Divine Foresight. He has something important to discuss.
I bet it's about how to deal with the generals from the Yaoqing and the Ju Ming.
really don't want to get caught up in grown-up games so soon. I just hope Generals Fei Xiao and Huaiyan can see the truth. We don't need any more chaos on the Luofu before the war dance.
So, when does this war dance actually happen?
Need your extractor cleaned or your star
Because I could use some gameplay.
Even ghosts.
And some mung bean soda. The best fucking thing on this entire ship. It sounds like drinking natto. Hey,
What is
dude.
your purpose for entering the seat of divine foresight?
My purpose for entering the seat of divine foresight is that I want to enter the seat of divine foresight. Thank you.
Earlier at the Palace of Astral, I introduced these guests from the Astral Express to you, Elder Huaiyan. But with all the people around, we only exchanged pleasantries. Now, I'd like to officially introduce them to you. These three braved great dangers, accompanying me to perilous places, defeating the chief culprit Phantilia, and uncovering the conspiracies of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. If you wish to know more, please, feel free to ask us.
Well, I skimmed through the reports about the Arbor's rebirth from the Master Diviner Fu Xuan. She's been summoned to the Yu Chui for questioning.
No, Fu Xuan isn't
A lot
around.
of doubts within the Alliance about this whole situation. But despite all that, I believe in you. Since you joined the ranks, you have repeatedly achieved remarkable feats. After the High Cloud Quintet each went their separate ways, despite the many criticisms within the Alliance, the Marshal still stood firm against the dissenting voices and entrusted the Luofu to you. Over the years, you've served the Alliance with loyalty and wisdom. You've taken down abominations in Thalassa, rescued the Xianzhou Yu Chui from a siege, and
Thalassa.
destroyed the demonic planet summoned by the denizens of abundance.
Demonic planet?
I still remember those battles vividly.
Damn,
There
I want
are
some
fools
flashback
who
stories for
doubt
that.
your loyalty. They're happy to see the divine foresight fail
What
because
does a
it gives them
demonic
some kind of
planet look like?
sick satisfaction. They
Sounds
haven't
like a
achieved
Junji
anything
Ito
of their own,
comic.
so they feed off the failures of others. But I've seen enough failures in my time, and I want to believe that your loyalty has never wavered.
So, General Fei Xiao of the Yao Qing is the only one investigating the Ambrosial Arbor crisis on behalf of the Alliance?
No. I am too.
This old man's words always catch me off guard.
The Marshal ordered me to come to the Xianzhou Luofu, but the document only says, attend the war dance and listen to Fei Xiao's questioning.
I mean, better than like 20 pages of orders.
The Marshal is well aware of Jing Yuan's purpose in holding the ceremony and understands the situation he is facing. She mentioned it because she believes both issues are...
The Marshal is a... Huh.
Thanks for your kindness and sincerity, Elder Huaiyan. But is it appropriate to tell everyone here about the Marshal's orders?
By introducing the Express's witnesses to me alone, aren't you aiming to discern the intentions behind both my actions and Fei Xiao's? And whether there's any discord between us? Well, since I'm being open and honest with you, I encourage you young folk to do the same.
Fair.
As for the
Fair enough.
Ambrosial Arbor crisis, all I need to do is listen. General Feixiao will be the one asking the questions. To be honest, I'm more concerned about the timely start of the war dance.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Me too.
I've prepared a gift for the war dance.
Oh. Oh. Is that like a weapon for the winner? Is there a winner?
Yes, it's this case right here.
Neither wood nor metal. Certainly looks like wood.
There will be numerous contests and celebrations during the war dance, and the main event will be the Ringmaster's Challenge. The host will dispatch a skilled warrior to take on challengers from all over the cosmos, showcasing the excellent martial arts of the Xianzhou Luofu. When you mentioned that the Astral Express would be attending the ceremony, I thought the High Elder of the Luofu would be the Ringmaster.
Who's the High Elder?
You humor me, Elder Huayan. The healer lady is just a young lady who knows nothing about martial arts.
Oh, that
How
the
can
High
I
Elder of
assign
the
her as
yeah,
the
okay,
Ringmaster?
of the Vidyadhara.
I'm no match to you when it comes to joking.
What's this box for? Why don't you open it, General Huayan?
This sword case is intended for the War Dance's award. It's empty now, but in a few days, a precious sword will be delivered and stored inside.
Why are you separated? Whatever.
I don't mean to boast about how
It doesn't make sense to have the case ready for when the sword
represents
is
the pinnacle of the Zhuming's
delivered.
craftsmanship. It has a legendary history, full of heroic tales from foreign lands. Tales that are too detailed to be summarized in just a few words. Since the delegation delivering the sword hasn't arrived yet, I'll just leave the case here for now.
Now I just have to imagine that that precious award arriving in in an Amazon package that gets ripped open and dumped into the case.
I've been wondering who would be worthy of such a sword. And then it hit me. I can award it to the champion of the Ringmaster's Challenge. The ceremony's champion is sure to be a perfect match for the sword.
Okay, but what is the Ringmaster's
Moreover,
Challenge?
I hear that Yanqing is an excellent swordmaster, and that he will be representing the Luofu as the Ringmaster. So it seems like a perfect gift for him.
Thank you for your generosity, Elder Huayan.
If you want to give me a sword, just say the word, Grandpa. No need to beat around the bush.
You've got confidence, my girl, but I don't think you can best Yanqing.
What?
I know you're all about swords, Miss Yunli. It's just a shame that it's the sword that ultimately chooses its rightful master.
Yeah, and even if someone gets their hands on such a precious sword, it'll probably end up in someone else's.
The outcome of our duel at the Alchemy Commission is still
These
up in the
brats.
air. Since you're interested, why don't you represent the Xianzhou Juming and challenge me in the ring?
That's
Hey,
exactly
that rhymed.
what I had in mind. Nobody knows who's gonna come out on top. It could be me, could be someone else. It'll probably be me. But whatever happens, it won't be him.
Maybe it'll be me. Who knows? Like, can I fight with a baseball bat? Is it swords only?
Not to be rude or anything. We've been watching their drama. I'm dying to find out who beats who.
Quiet down. We have other guests here. I've prepared this sword to add some excitement to the ceremony, not to have you two squabble. It's not a good look for the Alliance. While you both seem confident that you'll win, you need to remember there can only be one winner and one loser in the ring, which could lead to
Thought more
hard
people
feelings.
could attend.
Actually, I have an idea. We don't know who the winner will be, and it might not be either of you. But if you're eyeing that prize, you'll need to work together. I want you to take on an apprentice who will take part in the war
Is
dance
that how-
and win at least one match.
Oh my god. Is that how March learns sword fighting?
How does that make sense?
Jinxed.
In my humble opinion, while a Cloud Knight is commendable by securing victories, it's even more so to pass on your skills and spread the way of swordplay. I'd be greatly pleased if this apprentice could represent the Express in the war dance by displaying their Cloud Knight flair and prowess.
Well, Elder Huayan's idea is quite interesting. Imparting swordplay skills requires teamwork, and both the winner and the loser will learn a valuable lesson regardless of the outcome. The question is, whom should the two of them take as an apprentice?
Huh? Who? Wait, me?
I noticed just now that Miss March seemed quite interested in the outcome of your sword fight. So I thought, why not teach her the art of swordplay?
Oh, wait. Are you serious, General? Why am I being dragged into this all of a sudden? I've never practiced swordplay before. I'm a total newbie. You really think I can learn it? Well, you'll probably realize I have no hope and give up on me. And that'd be so embarrassing.
Isn't this a perfect chance for you? I remember you mentioning that you wanted to learn some sword moves.
Yeah, I did say that. But this is all happening so quickly, don't you think?
Oh, come on. You have probably like 2 days to become a master.
Miss
That's-
March is like a piece of jade in the rough, just waiting to be shaped. The war dance is the perfect opportunity to see what heights she can reach.
I appreciate your kind words, General YN. But won't teaching me swordplay be a waste of Yanqing and Yunli's time? They should be preparing for the ceremony. Plus, I heard that each swordmaster has their own special moves. What if they let something slip while teaching me? If everyone knows each other's tactics, won't that make it hard to catch people off guard during the war dance?
That's considerate of you, March 7th. But don't worry. It'll take you at least a decade of hard training before you can even start learning special moves. No need to freak out. A few Juming swordplay tricks will mean you'll be more than equipped.
Really?
Looks like March's curiosity has been piqued.
The whole point is to know each other's moves. Defeating your opponent in just one move? How boring would that be? Plus, what really decides a swordsman's fate isn't some special move. It's the solid fundamentals.
So Miss Yunli has already agreed. What do you say, Yanqing?
General, I haven't graduated yet. How can I be qualified to teach swordplay to others?
Oh, you gotta start somewhere.
So you're admitting your defeat, huh? If you're not even competent to teach, why don't you let me be the ringmaster instead?
Yanqing, teaching an apprentice is also a way of honing your own skills and gaining insights. You've been an apprentice for years. It's about time you looked at swordplay from another perspective.
I see, General.
Now that Yanqing has agreed too, it all comes down to Miss March giving her nod.
It's up to you to make the final decision, March.
At least that way, I won't have to worry about you accidentally shooting me in the butt all the time.
Hey, I've never missed my target. Then I'm on board. Thank you for your kindness, General YN.
Well,
Great.
time to get a sword in my
Starting
butt
tomorrow,
instead.
Yanqing and Yunli will teach you the basics of the Cloud Knight's swordplay. Yunli and I will head out and purchase some sword practice equipment for Miss March. Think of it as a little initiation gift.
You're too kind. Wait, you're giving me a gift? Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Well, give him a good show once you're ready.
General YN's gone. Wait, why does something feel off about what we talked about? I think we strayed off topic. How did things even get to this point?
Yeah, I brought you here because the General said he had some important matters to discuss. But how in the world did Yoon Lee and I suddenly become Miss March's swordplay mentors?
Because General Huaiyan wants us to stick around on the Luofu for some time. But from his point of view, we're no different from all the other tourists who may leave at any time. Since the crew's actions were mentioned in the Luofu's operations log were given to the Alliance, he probably wants to see firsthand if we're as capable as the report claims, or if we're just some made-up excuse to save face. And he wants to see it for himself during the war dance, which is why he even dragged Yun Li into this. What began as a simple contest between two sword masters has now evolved into you two collaborating to mentor March.
Elder Huaiyan is still that tricky general who likes to give everyone a headache. My apologies. Truth be told, I invited all of you to the ceremony because I wished for you to act as my witnesses. Now, I apologize
Witnesses
for
for what?
disclosing this information earlier. In the coming weeks, I'll also invite all of you to a meeting with General Fei Xiao, where you may need to answer her questions and clear up any doubts she might have.
Don't worry, General. No matter what happens, I'm prepared to stay here as the Express's witness and answer any questions.
Thank you, everyone.
General, I know there isn't much I can do to share your burden, but... As the Luofu Ringmaster, I won't let anyone defeat me in the war dance.